One. There I am. And welcome to the Al and Briley's Golf and Bowl 2025 Invitational Preview Show. We got a lot of good stuff coming up tonight, including getting you used to the format, the odds, if you can believe that. We set odds for some of these teams and players. No betting in it, but it'll be fun to show those odds. Again, we will be live streaming the bowling portion of this tournament at Spare Time Entertainment, Owatonna, Minnesota, on August 2nd and 3rd, an afternoon shift at 5 p.m. on the 2nd, and a morning shift on Sunday the 3rd, 9:30 a.m. I hope I got the times right there, but we've got Al over in Rochester at Colonial Lanes with Stella behind him, of course, and Briley Haugh, the 2K25 Golf and Bowl champion from Fairbault.
Calling it now.
Yeah, we gotta call a spade, right?
Oh, calling it out of the gates.
Well, welcome, guys. This is a very exciting event. It's got a lot of history, and we're going to get into all of that over the course of about 30 minutes here. Al, tell us, for folks who aren't familiar with this tournament, tell us about what it's all about. I mean, golf and bowl tournaments can be almost perceived as kind of a social event, but this one is highly competitive.
Yeah, so we're on year 7. So I kind of developed this event back when I was in Rochester. And, we kind of just started with like a group of friends. There's literally just 20 of us. And we all just kind of started a group chat. We kind of just picked teams. The first 3 years, this thing was invitational. And what we did is we started with 5 teams. We went to 8 teams. We went to 12 teams. And then on our 4th year, we opened it up to public. And we got to 17 teams. And then we had 18 teams. And then we moved it, so the 4th year we moved it to Owatonna. 5th year we moved it to Owatonna. I got a job there, and I've been there for 3 years now. And so once I got into there, I brought my event along with me. And we got 18 teams the first year. And going from the 5th to 6th year is kind of going back and forth because at the end of the day, there was more room on the golf course for more teams. But there wasn't so much, more room in the bowling alley for more teams being an 18-lane venue.
Sure.
So we split it into 2 shifts. So now we kind of all golf at the same time, but we have 2 bowling shifts. So we have our Saturday night bowling shift for the alcoholics, and then we have our Sunday morning bowling shift for the guys that take it serious. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so it developed from 18 teams to 29 teams, and this year we're full. We got 34 teams. Yeah, we got 34 teams. We're completely full. We do 17 teams on each bowling shift, so that way it allows me for 1 breakdown lane. We're a little bit of an older house, But yeah, it just started with a group of friends and an idea and, a group chat. And before you know it, we had 5 teams. Like first year, we just did 5 teams with tee times. And here we are 7 years later. We got 34 teams, $4,500 added into the prize fund. And,
Al came to us and he's like, "What do you think of this idea? Golf and bowl."
Yeah,
And the
I
rest
think
is
there's a
history.
big common between, Briley will tell you this, how many golfers bowl and how many bowlers golf.
So
Yeah, it's pretty much all of them. Like if you do one of them, you're probably doing the other. Just why not?
Right.
You gotta have something to do in summertime, especially if you're a bowler.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I tell people I average 200 in both.
I like that.
So you're kind of like Stella.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So let's kind of get into some of the history. We've got obviously the lineage here of past champions.
Yep.
Tell us about some of these teams and how this event has really.
If you notice first, we only have 1 2-time champion in the field, and that's Briley Haugh.
Okay.
But otherwise, last year Team Holmes won.
That's right.
First year Team Brad won. Brad still plays in the field, but he plays with Dawson Peterson now. But we never had a 2-time team winning champion though, because I think Bradley, your first year was 2021, and you kind of just reached out to me last minute, and you were like, "Hey, does anybody need a player?" And somehow you got stuck on the winning team.
Yeah, that was kind of a cool situation for me. It was Al had posted something on Facebook. It's like, hey, we have a team looking for a golf and bowl like player, and I was like, well, I do both. Like that sounds like a good time. Like I'll come down and do that. And at that, I think that year we golfed in Pine Island.
Yep.
Yeah, so I just got thrown on a team with 3 guys I didn't know. We played really good in golf, and then we bowled really well.
That was your team Al won golf, I think.
It might have been, but I think we bowled 299 at one point as well.
No, yes, you did. I got that video clip. Maybe I probably should share that here eventually.
Yeah,
there you go.
But
yeah, that was a good time.
A lot of recognizable names in there. Tim Mayer, you've got Briley, of course, John Holmes, Nick Hogan, John Cryer Jr., Matt Gasson, part of that 2023 Team Briley.
Yeah.
And how do you decide whose name gets to be the team name? I mean, there's a Team Al and a Team Briley.
Oh, that's
like Al whips it
dude.
up.
I'm in charge of that, dude. I don't really give an option. I just basically whoever's the captain, whoever reaches out to me first to sign a team up, you're the captain, and that's your team name.
Okay.
He also determines if he uses the first or last name, or if he uses a nickname.
Yeah, I go. You never know what you really don't know. It's really up to me, honestly.
Okay. Well, that's good because then you get a nice surprise leading up to this thing and something to talk about and all that good stuff.
That's I will say the 2023 year was the first year we had at Owatonna, but we also played in a monsoon.
Oh, that's right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the year Stella took like an hour break in the.
I'm pretty sure everybody was upset at me. Yeah.
Yes, very much so. We didn't get to the bowling center until probably, and we only had 18 teams at that point.
Yeah,
so we didn't get to the bowling center until like 6:30.
Yeah.
Yep.
It did start like I planned starting at like 6 or like 3 o'clock or something like that was my initial. Obviously, there's always a little learning involved, And that year, I was planning on bowling at 3. I told all the spectators to come out at 3. We didn't start bowling until like 6:30.
Oh gosh.
We had one guy's. I'm the compassionate guy. I had one guy's car battery die in Fairbault too. And so it might have been 6:30. I don't remember, but
it was later.
It was a very stressful year. Let's just leave it at that.
Everybody showed up to the bowling because we all bowled the same shift. So everybody showed up to the bowling center just soaked.
Hey, with that said, though, if I recall, it's either 16 or 17 out of 18 teams returned the next year.
That is true. Almost all of them, yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you got the inclement weather out of the way so we can have a nice day for you guys out on the course and making that trip over to Spare Time Entertainment for the bowling. Let's talk a little about the format. The bowling part is pretty straightforward, right? All bowling is scratch. It's a 4-person Baker system with 12 Baker games. But once you get past that, everybody kind of gets a shot at different parts of the game, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, my big thing is I just treat the sports equal. Like both sports are worth the same exact amount of points. Basically, the golf itself is a scramble. It's a 4-person scramble. And then the bowling, is Baker. So each players, are kind of involved in each part of the game. But that's kind of the way I got it built. My big thing is just treating both sports equal. You treat both sports equal, and it's kind of where we got it.
Yeah. And then you mentioned the points. Oh, what was that, Briley?
I said everybody has to contribute.
Yep.
Everyone has to contribute. Yep.
So.
Yep. Even a guy like me can make a putt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you figure, at least I do from the outside looking in, it looks like a bunch of guys who are serious bowlers who like to golf during the off season, right? We're not talking about PGA guys coming in.
No, there's not enough money in this event for a PGA guy to come.
Right.
We got one team that is very, very talented at golf, and they're also bowl league and compete in some sweepers and stuff like that. Okay. So they were college golfers and things like that, and they basically win golf every year. Mm-hmm. Usually one team gives them somewhat of a run and gets within like 2 or 3 strokes of them, but usually they're just kind of running away with it.
Okay. All right. And you had mentioned the points earlier. I do have the point grid here. So you can see that the finishing place is what determines the points in both sports. So to grab a nice lead in golf, has got to make the swing a little looser in bowling, I would think.
I feel like that's the way.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if you do, I think Brian will say the goal is to finish and probably to feel like if you have a chance to win, feel like you got to finish about the top 5 in each sport.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it depends on the big thing is looking at like who finishes ahead of you. Like when we get done with golf, you look at who finished ahead of you. And then from there you determine, all right, do we have a couple teams this year that are just built with golfers and that we know when we get to the lanes, like we don't really have to worry about them. They might finish in the middle of the pack. They're not going to finish last. They'll finish in the middle of the pack, but it's just a matter of figuring out like, hey, do we have like Cryer and Holmes ahead of us in golf that are going to crush them? Do we have like AJ and Mitch, those guys ahead of us in golf that they're going to absolutely crush them in bowling? So it's just a matter of trying to be – the ultimate goal is being the best bowling team that finishes the highest in golf.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a whole lot of different team strategy going on. Like when you really think how you're going to build your team, obviously you can see the talent in the field. You see talent up and down. How are you going to build your team to compete? Because obviously, if you look at the field, there's just a whole lot of chunk of people that are really, really good bowlers. There's a bowling field's brutal. The golf field's brutal too. But it's like, how are you going to put your team together? Because I feel like being the bigger group that bowling, it's easy to find the 3 guys that bowl really good,
Right.
2 guys that bowl really good. But can you find golf talent on your team too? Because with both sports being equal, you got to find that golf ringer.
Got to round it
So
out.
that might bring in that you might have a 180, 190 guy on your team that's a scratch golfer. I mean, that's the guy you kind of want. Like you can look at Team Briley's team. Most of those guys are pretty good golfers. Most of them are pretty good bowlers. But there's not that many teams like that. Most of the teams are trying to get the right mix of people.
Trying to balance out the scales a little bit.
Yeah.
And Briley, you mentioned there's a team that has college golfers, people that are, really good, relatively speaking, on the golf course. Maybe not as good on the lanes. When we talk about those of us who are serious bowlers, what are we talking about relative to these former college golfers in terms of bowlers who golf? Do you get what I'm saying?
We're talking quality bowlers in the field?
Or I'm talking about quality golfers who are also serious bowlers. What does that mean? Does that mean somebody who competed in golf in college? Does that mean somebody who...
Bradley, you got the lead on this.
I would say quality golfers is – I don't even think how to explain it because it's very hard to get an entire team of like scratch golfers and scratch bowlers. Like that's just not even possible.
Right.
At least I don't think it is. But obviously, like I said, we have one team a couple of them are scratch golfers and one like 5-6 handicap, but they're all like 180 guys, like I said. But then from there, I mean, there's a mix of like scratch golfers in the field. There's your typical like 10 handicaps in the field. There's some guys that hit it a long ways that might be like 18 handicaps or 20 handicaps, but they can add that extra piece to it in the scramble format.
Yep.
So, I mean, in relative, I would say the really good golfers in the field are anywhere from they're probably like 5 handicaps, I would say.
Yeah.
And that's granted, like that's a very good golfer.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I would say
Sure.
10 handicaps golfer too, but
I mean, yeah, like I said, you look up at the field, though. You see the bowling talent in the field. I mean, there's a mix of like PBA athletes. There's plenty of like Minnesota USPC Hall of Famers. There's college standouts, national champions, CBA Hall of Famers. You name it. The bowling field's brutal,
Right.
So it's a matter of mixing both sports together,
Yeah.
But I do think
you find that like a 230 or a 220 bowler, right, that happens to be like a 10 handicap, like that's probably a unreal guy to have on your team because he's going to really help you on both sides. Now that's, again, still not a very easy task.
still need to win the field.
Right.
Yeah.
So
when we talk about this talented field, and you mentioned you've got current PBA guys in here. I think of Wesley Lowe, Alec Keplinger, Ryan Barnes, AJ Chapman, all on the roster. Yourself, Cryer Jr., John Holmes.
Yourself isn't like me.
And yeah, and
Oh, I'm just
and Al,
kidding.
and Al. But how does this all come together? It seems like there's almost an element of randomness to it, where you have these PBA guys converging on, South Central Minnesota.
I think
Right?
people just like playing something different, honestly. I think that's a big chunk of it. We're in the summer. I think so many of these guys dedicate all their season to bowling all the time. I think it's nice to switch it up. And I think there's a lot of the PBA guys that probably could, or like higher bowlers. There's probably bigger events out there to play sometime with bigger prize pools. But as in just an opportunity to do something different, I think goes a long way. And I think it's just a fun field. And I think it's kind of developed into kind of a prestigious event, but it's a strong word to toss around. But I mean, what do you think, Briley?
I think it's very. All right, I should say it's getting to that point where we're starting to get these PBA guys that are really like willing to travel because they love to golf, and obviously they're very good at bowling. Plus, we have a very good prize fund in the event. So we had a couple PBA guys play last year. They loved it, and we had more guys come this year, right? Like whether it's us reaching out to them, inviting them, or just hearing kind of word of mouth from other friends that coming into the field. So
Yeah. And the whole concept of the prize fund, that doesn't happen by accident either. I mean, Al puts in a lot of work in these months leading up to this event to get great sponsors and get that prize fund to where it needs to be. Al, what's that like to have that kind of come together after finding these sponsors and getting them in place and know that you're going to have a nice prize purse at the end of it all?
I mean, it's special. I mean, having the opportunity to have so many people invest into your events, pretty cool to me. I take a lot of pride in having a sponsor, a whole sponsor, we're very lucky to have a lot of different businesses that are in the bowling industry, but that's not all of them. You got I got a good roster following, so I always pick up a couple of roster sponsors. I'm getting a little more acquainted in Owatonna. So, I don't know. It's pretty cool. At the end of the day, the events for the people, me and Bradley like to participate in it, but I mean, it's about the event altogether, so I take a lot of pride in it, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna inhale quickly and take brace myself, because I know you put these projections up a while ago. Are these still accurate?
That's pretty close. Yeah. I mean, I think it's 14-7 is the prize fund. First place is 4,800. The cash ratio is 1 and 4. I have 34 teams paid for. So, I mean, that's pretty much locked in for the prize fund. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff.
We pay 8 teams. We also got a couple odd ways you can win money. Like for closest to the pin and longest drive, they're just a cash prize. We just have the 3 highest Baker Bowl games. This is a cash prize. It's included right into the prize fund. And then we also have a half your entry back for a team that didn't cash. So we just draw a name out of a hat, and that's kind of what we do.
Okay. So there's still something to play for, even if you're not in the lead in this thing. Troy Donahue says, I think we're pretty solid in golf and bowling. So talking about the strategy, as you said,
Troy does have the most recent MN USBC Hall of Famer.
Okay.
From Rochester, Brian Flo, so he's on that team. So he does have talent.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but to be fair, I'm not sure. There's a lot of talent in the field all the ways. So, when I reflect my odds, it ain't easy to make, but it's also just for fun at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Al's not a professional bookmaker. Let's be real here.
And then, of course, the dual meaning coming from Brent Prentice: stay hydrated.
We gotta get Brent in the field.
Yep, there's
so high.
I think most of the teams mix a couple bottles of water in.
Sure.
Just for
sure. Especially the teams that bowl on Sunday.
Yeah. If you see Ryan Bird driving around, just point him in the other direction.
In the other direction.
Tell him to turn his music down.
Okay. All right. There is an oil pattern that you didn't really have right away, but it sounds like you did some work with Zach Ludemer.
Yeah, kind of.
What you came up with? Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of put it in his hands. I kind of had an idea in my head. Generally, this event, I like to try. My mindset is I like to try to match the scoring pace of golf similar to the bowling pattern. And to me, that's a challenge pattern.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the direction we went with our lane surface. You got to find something with a good chunk of mills. Brian will tell you about our lane surface.
Yeah, they hook more than any place you'll go ever.
Okay.
Like you see some surfaces that you go to that, like the fronts hook a lot, or down lane they hook a lot, right? Middle lane they hook a lot. This place just hooks everywhere. Like it's just not. You got to put so much volume out there to even sniff your ball getting through the front part of the lane.
Okay.
So the big thing for me is to put a challenge pattern out there because every house you go to plays a little bit different. The goal is to find a pattern that plays like advertised. It's not always easy to do, don't get me wrong,
Sure.
but our goal is to have that 4 to 5-1 scoring pace. So I'm hoping that's what we get. We want some scores. We don't want it to be like too soft, but we just, we don't want to make it brutal. I mean, this is a long tournament as it is, in my opinion. So I think, if your winning team's gonna go minus, say 17 to 20 roughly. You want your scoring pace leader to be 220 to 230. So in my brain, that's kind of what I go with.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense, and it's good that you've got the years of history to kind of build up to this too, because you kind of get a feel for what works and what may not. So that's great for everybody. We need to draw for golf pairing.
Oh, that's right, Fef. I told you to keep me on task.
Yeah, because we don't really know
Maria,
what
I
the
need
golf pairings are until you tell us, right?
Yep.
I will give a quick shout out to Fairbault Golf and Country Club for hosting us for the second year in a row.
Yeah.
They do a pretty great job, so we appreciate them for sure.
Oh, 100% credit.
Yeah.
Fairbault Country Club. It was amazing last year. Traditionally, I've moved courses every year. This year we're going to the same golf course. They've been lights out. So
What a nice golf course. The one year I did it, you get to that one hole and you can see the whole town and then with the clock
Yeah.
tower. What a nice golf course.
Okay, we'll start drawing here.
All right.
All right, Stella, I'm gonna have you draw.
You want me to go
So
first?
basically, what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna start with the team, and the next team we draw is gonna be on the same hole as them.
Okay.
So
one
we're
right
just
after
gonna
the
go
other.
down the line. Yep. All right.
Start
All
on,
right.
start on hole one and just go. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
Team
we got
Dawson.
Team Dawson out of the gates. All right, Bree, we need you.
We do have someone writing this down, right?
Oh, Bree's
Yeah.
coming.
Is
Bree's
somebody-
coming to help draw. I'm gonna have him rotate. Bree's the representative of Team Kyla.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta unfold it.
Let me do it here. I'll do it.
Please don't be Briley. Please don't be Briley.
Oh, Team Schaffhausen.
Team Schaffhausen.
Ooh, Schaff. There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So Stella's turn.
All right.
So on to hole two.
As if you want to take a turn too, you can.
Al, you're
Our
going to
next
write these
pairing,
down,
right?
Oh, Team Kelsey. Team Kelsey. Right?
I suppose you can always review this on replay too. If
Yeah, I'm just gonna review it on replay and write them down.
Yep.
Last thing.
Team Bryce.
Team Bryce. So Team Kelsey and Team Bryce.
Team Kelsey
Okay.
with the professional bowlers. Hey, look at that.
Yep.
The
Yep.
PGA
Team.
champion,
Yep.
Mitch Hoope.
Sounds like they like Fireball. That Team Kelsey. Team Newman. Team Newman. Let's hope they got 4 golfers this year.
Starting on hole 3. Yeah, that's true.
So Newman we have.
Team Holmes. Team Newman and Team Holmes. Last year's champion, Team Holmes.
They will
Team
go on
Newman.
time together.
I don't
Yep,
know
yep.
who Andy S is, but he's keeping.
That would be Mr. Schaffhausen.
Okay. There you go.
So then beginning on our next pairing.
Hole 4.
You got Team Briley. Team
Hey,
Briley.
I'm okay with that. Now give me Team Peterson. I want to watch them play golf all day.
Team Guts.
Team Gusto.
Gusto.
Team Gusto. You get to golf with Zach Andreeson all day.
There you go.
Okay.
I hear they're a pretty good golf team.
Yeah, they're horrible. I don't want to watch them play golf all day. As long as Brady's there, he's okay.
Well, I heard Brady dropped though. Zach Joyner's joining their team now.
Oh,
He's
so
a Mount
they're really
Mercy
bad.
guy.
Okay.
Sorry. Next
Oh, we got Team Peterson next though. They'll be.
Come on, Stella.
pairing.
Can we trade? I don't want to play with Zach all day.
You don't know how many bribes I had to turn down from Brad to pair with you.
Team
Good, I
Durant.
know.
Team Durant.
Durant was
I'm
with.
okay with that.
Team Durant is playing with the 2-time golf champions.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Probably
Hey,
looking to make it 3 years in a row.
yeah. As long as Team Al doesn't have to say nothing to it. Team Reiner.
Reiner. Good break.
Hey, Jason's on that team. That's the next Golf and Bowl champion the year he played with you.
Mr. Crew,
Yep.
there
Team
we
Colt.
go.
You got Team Colt. They're kind of some of the hometown guys. You want to do a celebrity draw, Nikki?
Get in there, yeah.
Nikki's here.
Here
You got
we
Get
go.
Nikki
Nikki
in
here.
here.
She does all my flyers. So
Okay.
yeah.
Team Cleveland.
Team Cleveland.
Hey,
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
And that's
Yep.
Thomas and Ron, right?
Yep. Tom, Ron, and Matt. Matt's used to be on my team. He didn't want to play this year with me, but that's all right.
Their partner.
We got Team Connor. Team Connor.
That would be Don, right? Don
Yep,
Logan.
that'd be Don. Darren Bloomquist is on that team.
Oh, that's a solid team.
Yep,
Nice.
yep. Hey, someone's got to cover for Don. We got Team Bedard. This is the whole I want to be
That's an
drawn.
Iowa team. That's an Iowa.
That's
There we go.
Team Bedard's the team I want to be drawn so I can hang out with Joe all day. He's one of my heroes.
Let's go right here.
Team Blakely. Team Blakely. They've been pretty solid in golf through the years.
That's a solid bowling team as well.
Yeah. You got Team Farley is one of our new teams.
I feel like Vanna White.
Oh, Nikki, you better draw another one.
Get in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
am I more fun than you?
Anybody,
All right, let's
I
see.
don't think anybody's as fun as Stella.
True.
We got Team Kyla. Team Kyla and Team Farley. Yep.
So it wasn't rigged.
Yep.
I drew.
That new
right?
team's in for
There
a
we
good
go.
time.
Yep.
So next.
Team
Ethan.
Ethan. So that's Joe Ethan's team. They cashed last year. We got Team Lowe's. Team Lowe's, so they get to play with the pros.
Ooh.
Some of the
Who
pros.
is with who? With Team Ethan? Okay.
Yeah, Team Ethan. We got
Soon to be TV
Team
Rookie of the Year.
Berkeley,
They all.
one of our new teams.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't know some of these teams. That's a good thing.
yeah. Wow, it's hard to make the odds when you don't know half the teams.
That's
Right.
also
Team Prino. Team Prinos. That's Justin Prinos. That's another brand new Hall of Famer on that team with Bob.
Bob's
From
also on
Minnesota
this team.
State. Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah.
For his service. So he's not much of a player. He's more for his service. Just kidding, Bob. I love you, Bob.
Yeah, you tell him that.
We got Team Ordal. That's
All right,
that's Nick.
that would be my
that's Nate.
brother's team.
Oh, that's your brother's team. I was thinking Nate Schudy's team, but yeah. I think that was the highlight of my
That
tournament
is
last
Shudy's team
year.
as well.
There it is.
Team Al. So, Team Al.
You're playing with Kess and my brother.
Yeah,
also?
I'm playing with those guys. Yep.
Okay.
That'd be a good time.
Yep.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah. Team Azeltine. So that's Adam Azeltine. He actually won last year's youth holiday match games. This will be his first adult tournament.
Okay.
We got Team Nava. So what
Whoa.
team? What Nava took third in golf last year?
Yeah, they did pretty good. I remember.
Yeah,
Yep.
Eric Schott is a very solid golfer on that team.
Oh,
Dylan
they're up and
Hansen
down. They
plays
got
with
good golfers. I think Dylan Hansen's might be as good too.
them.
You got Team Donahue. Troy, there's your team
There
right
you
there.
go.
There you go.
So are we allowed to trade these? Because I'm really thinking about offering Team Andreessen up to anyone else. They'd have so much.
No,
fun
it's Team
with them.
Gusto. It's Team
Yeah.
Gusto.
Yeah, whatever.
Team Updee. Oh, we got Team Updee and Team Donahue. That's good because Team Updee booted Troy off their team last year. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Drama.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. I still love you guys all. Team Kuhn. Team Kuhn, they won the bowling last year.
Oh.
Underdog. They didn't get in the Bet You Win bowling, though.
No, they didn't. Jordan Krieger's a big lefty. Loves to strike.
Team Steck. Team Steck.
Chris Stack.
Yep. That's Chris Steck's team.
We're done. Okay.
We're getting down there.
Okay. All right.
There's
Okay.
Troy in the comments.
There you
Yep.
go.
Love that.
Yep.
He was hoping for it.
I was hoping for that. Team Dunham, they're a previous champion.
Yep. Previous champion, 2023.
Don't say that on my team.
Previous last place champion.
Second to last.
Oh,
yeah, we go.
We got Team Vagel.
I didn't want to call you that.
Thanks.
We got 2 left.
Okay.
2 left.
So
Team McVenus.
Versus
All right, Nate.
this.
Well, we're all versus each other.
Oh, yeah.
Team Rays.
Man.
Team Rays. There we go. We got the drawings all out of the way.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
everything.
looking forward to golfing with Team Ordall. I'm just
And
hoping
the-
I can drive as far as Nate Schutte.
The golfing draw has nothing to do with where you are bowling, right?
No, I haven't figured that out yet. I'll figure that out in the next week.
Gotcha.
See, Al draws for the golf partners, but he just kind of does what he wants when it comes to the bowling.
Yeah, he understands it.
Yeah.
No, it'll be still random. It'll be random. It'll be random. I
Random.
haven't found a good way to do it every year yet.
It'll be very random when I ended up bowling next to Team Dawson again this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
It'll be
Oh.
well. The TV teams will be in front of you, obviously, Fef.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's good. So Troy says thanks for everything, guys. Always a fun time. So
Yeah, we appreciate Troy. I've known Troy for a long time. I don't know if he's still on the roster board, but I grew up with him here in Rochester. It's actually good to see him play. He's just came back from a couple injuries. So we're happy to have you, Troy.
Yeah.
We appreciate the comment.
and
Looks
yeah,
like-
Jake
like
wants
Jake-
to know
Oh,
how does
okay.
Karen work for bowling. So I mean,
Follow the group chat on that one.
yeah, it seems like when in doubt, you just blame Stella, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah.
Either he's
Yeah,
he's
a big
rigging
thing to
the
note,
golf
too-
pairings, or he's going to a fake concert in the cities this weekend. I mean,
I'm still not
Yeah.
sure what
No, he's
concert
played the
wants
last
to.
couple of years, but he's gonna come help me Sunday.
Yeah.
So we'll get he said he wants to be on the live stream really bad on Sunday.
Yeah.
So he's gonna jump on with you a little bit on Sunday.
I'll do what
I
I
will
can.
save a seat for you for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
I will-
We know
I do-
we know Theft likes company.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I do want to
So-
make it known that the golf teams are not like stacked. It's not like an A team and a B team. Everybody, all 8 guys are playing the scramble together. That
Right.
way we can keep some integrity there. And just because we have so much money in it that we
Yeah.
want to make sure nobody's pencil whipping
Right.
any.
Yep.
Good call.
So it does take a little longer sometimes, but at the end of the day, it would take that long to play with that many people anyway. So
Yeah. We got that much money in the prize fund. You got to keep it humble and honest.
Yeah. Okay. Now the part that we've talked about from the beginning, the odds.
Oh yeah.
How did
This
you
is the
make the
favorite.
odds, first of all, before I pull them up here?
I just pull them out of my butt. I don't know. I've done it pretty much every year since I think my second year doing it. Just clearly, I do it for fun. I just kind of do it on the team's track record. I don't know. I just think it's a fun little competitive thing I do. And most of the years I'm pretty close to right. But sometimes with the newer teams, it's kind of hard to judge because it's hard. It's easy on the bowling side to kind of predict the odds. On the golf side, I never know what golf ringers people can bring. But the more you come back, I get a better feel for it,
I
For
feel
sure.
like you know everybody's game. And
Yeah, I take pride
it
in-
just flows.
I really like to get to know everybody,
Yeah.
so I like to, I don't know, makes it fun.
Well,
this is the guy who
here they are.
didn't play
So-
last year and he drove around in a autographed Johnny Manziel jersey.
I did do that last year. This is my first year back. I took a year off to make sure it goes smooth.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you can if your team is in the second tier there. I mean, you can blame Stella for it if you want, but you know that it's Al that made the odds here.
Right.
Yep.
It's not anything that counts for anything other than winks and nods and all that
Yep.
stuff. You've got Team Briley there at
Yep.
an overall 3-1 with Team.
Yeah.
Holmes.
I mean, Briley's kind of got the staple to me for a team, even though he's probably the fourth best player on his team. Briley's one of the best recruiters I know. So he's got like all his guys are single digit handicaps, and they're all 230 guys. So it's kind of. I mean, they're always going to be kind of one of the staple teams to beat. As much as I like talking good about Briley, but then we got Team Holmes in second, 5-1. They did win last year, so I have to. I mean, they're just kind of one of those. I mean, we all know that group. I mean, they're really close and they have good camaraderie with each other, and it's cool to watch them bowl and how they work together. You know, it's a team with a lot of energy that takes a lot of pride in winning. Um, I'm just going to go over a few of these, you know, just maybe the top 5 or 6 teams. It's hard to go through everybody. But
Right.
Team Nava, I think they took 3rd in golf last year. They just got up and down good golf team. I think going into the second day last year, after the first day or after golf, they're probably my favorites. They didn't do so well bowling last year, but they're still one of those deadly golf teams. And if they can get a bowling year together, I think they're just about as good as anyone. Team Peterson's always going to be up there because, like I said, they've won golf 2 years in a row and they've done it pretty handily. I do think there's a couple teams that could maybe give them a run. I mean, it's hard to win every year as it is. I got Team Kuhn behind that just because they did win bowling last year and it's a good group of guys. And then it kind of goes from there. You can kind of see that I got Team Low as the heavy bowling favorites right now at 2-1. I mean, that team has basically 3 PBA guys on it, including the PBA Rookie of the Year. And they picked up Brandon Mooney. So Brandon Mooney's their 4th now, and he played last year. And I was picking on him today. I told him I thought he should be bowling the 10th frame for as much as he struck last year. And he said he's the 4th worst guy in his team. But yeah, it kind of goes from there. I mean, I got the little funny note behind Team Newman because last year they only golfed with 3 players, and they didn't golf very well. And probably their best golfer might have been the one that wasn't available. They had 4 bowlers. But yeah, I do have Peterson as a heavy golf favorites. Now, if you notice down, let's see, about a little below halfway down the field. Now, Team Al is 100-1, but understand they are a golf threat this year. I just want to. I'm not afraid to talk about myself a little bit. I've done some pretty heavy recruiting on the golf side. So I got a former champion on my team. He won Jordan Stanton. Now, barring he did win the year that they only had 5 teams, they did win. So I got a former champion on my team. And then I got Kyle Adams on my team. Now the year we won golf, he was on the team that year. So I got 3 pretty good golfers on my team. There are probably 3 to 5 handicaps, maybe 6 handicaps. So I think Team Al could be a threat, but I got no chance in bowling. So
Yeah,
we got
Team Al, the year you won golf. Who won that year?
we took 2nd.
Hmm.
We shit the bed big time. And that was mostly my fault too. I was supposed to be the best bowler on the team, but then again, that was their mistake.
Interesting. Okay.
And then you've got a whole group of teams here who either you didn't talk about, they're on the 2nd team. I mean, doesn't this serve to kind of give them some rocket fuel and some inspiration?
Some people would say I'm a pretty inspiring guy, so that makes sense to me.
I think we haven't even talked about Team Bryce. Like, Team Bryce has a PBA champion, another PBA touring professional that's been out there for a lot of years. And then Alex, who was a great college player, still a good player. And Doug Wagner, which most people won't know Doug Wagner, but he was a Wichita State guy, solid player.
Okay.
Out of North Dakota.
Yeah.
Okay.
So star
good
power.
NJBT player back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a good bowling team.
Oh, that's Team AJ Chapman's on too.
Okay.
Correct.
Jake wants to know if he can take his team for $100.
No, there's no actual betting going on at this point of our event. I don't have any sanctioned betting going on.
Right.
I would never encourage it. Just to be clear.
Right.
I love Jake's going to show up, and Jake's going to be like a plus handicap. Joe's going to be like an old man golfer that hits it straight every time.
They're kind of they're kind of one of the unpredictable teams. I don't really know a lot about that team, but I know they're pretty good bowlers. And like I said, Joe's and Galkey's, he's one of my heroes with everything he does in G-Bus. So
yeah.
I'm excited to have him personally in the field, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could go through every team for days with the amount of talent that every team has.
Sure.
You know,
and having Joe in the field is a thrill for me because he's come on my show, but I've never met him in person. So that. Stephen Nava says Team Nava got 2nd last year in golf, hoping we have the same start this year and have a better year bowling.
Yep. Well, they're definitely a threat, that's for sure.
Well, for the rest of us, Steve, none of us want you to do that.
I'd rather see them win than you win, Bradley.
Whoa. 3-time champion would be pretty sweet, I'd say. That would be
Yeah.
the first. Actually, it wouldn't be. It would be the first.
I mean, you'd be the only 3-time champion.
Well, yeah, but I'm the only 2-time champion right now. So
That is true.
add it
That
to the
is true.
pile.
And Don says 7 hours in the rain.
It was brutal, dude. It was brutal. It was just, I mean, I had a kid on my team. He had to go get underwear in between golf and bowling because he was so wet. Because we kind of knew the rain was coming because that was the year there wasn't rain for months, dude. I'm not kidding. No rain for months. So I'm in denial because I'm like, what's the chances it's really gonna rain? And I told the guys to bring extra pairs or clothes, but I don't think he thought about underwear. And yeah, he had to go change underwear.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm also I'm still not sure why they let us golf because there was no way that it was good for the golf course.
There was standing water out.
There was rivers running down the greens. You would have to putt it through a puddle of some sort.
I thought nobody was going to come back. I really did. I felt so terrible, and my anxiety was through the roof that year. Last thing you want to do is give people a rough experience, but we did get most of the teams back. So
the only teams we lost, it wasn't even because of the rain. It was just because people had things going on or events or something. Like they just make it.
I'm hoping for a Team Millie return someday.
I would love.
That's
to
who
see
you
that.
golfed with. Yeah.
That was a good golf team.
And, the other thing is, we've got a full field. We're talking about the golf, but you're really encouraging some spectators to come out to the
we want people to come out, come hang out. We're a friendly environment. We got a live stream in the building. I got a videographer going on all day or all tournament. It's just a fun weekend, and we'd be more than happy to have you be part of it. You don't have to hang out the whole time, but we got, they got a nice little patio at the golf course, and they got some nice areas there. And then the bowling alley is obviously super spectator friendly. So, yeah, come on down. We'd love to have you. And for the teams, bring your fan clubs. I mean, if you got kids, we got an arcade to keep you busy. We're very lucky to have it at Spare Time Entertainment every year. It's kind of a full venue. We'll have specials. We'll have servers. We want to make sure on that side everybody has a good time. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great establishment. And for those of you who don't have the pleasure of being able to show up in Owatonna, we are live streaming the bowling all weekend. He'll have video going for golf. If you're looking for that live stream, here's where you find it, Bowling with the Fef on YouTube. And it's front and center. You can't miss it. The Alan Briley's Golf and Bowl 2025 Invitational. The playlist is right up front. It would help if I added it so you could actually see what I was talking about. But there it is. You'll get really start to finish coverage of both bowling shifts.
One thing before we leave, I just want to say special thank you to my friend Brandon Hasley. He's kind of my accountant for the event, and he makes sure everything's organized. So I do think he's ain't playing this year, but he's kind of keeps me in line. So I appreciate him. He also told me to say that.
Is he there in the building? You can hear.
Yeah, he's been in the building. Yeah.
It's important to know.
He's been in the background. He's one of the youth coordinators out of Colonial, so we've got a good relationship. Yep.
Good deal. Well, again, guys, thanks so much for taking the time. I do want to stress this is August 2nd and 3rd, the bowling portion at Spare Time Entertainment in Owatonna, Minnesota, and the golf portion at the Fairbault Country Club in Faibault, Minnesota, south of Minneapolis, a little ways, but always a great event. And can't thank you enough for the opportunity to put this show on and to live stream the event.
Hey, I'm really looking forward to working with you, Fef. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
that'll do it from here. Hope to see you out there or maybe in the chat on the live stream. And until then, have a great couple of weeks here as we look forward to Al and Briley's Golf and Bowl 2025 Invitational. Have a good.
Thank you for watching Bowling with the Fef. Pound the like button and subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. Bowling with the Fef is brought to you by Chip Magnet. Raise your snack standards.
Jerry's Score More Bowling Supply inside Wagner's Lane. So Eau Claire, Wisconsin area's leader in bowling products and services since 1988. And Visionary Video Hub. Video with impact.
Email bowlingwiththefef@yahoo.com with questions or to appear on the show. You can also reach out on your favorite social media platform.